What do you become when the world forgets your name? Once they called him Saint. Now they call him Curse. There was a time when his name was etched in marble, when children whispered his legend by candlelight, when kings stood taller, knowing he rode at their side. Arion, the flame of Valemire, knight of the divine guard, bearer of the light-forged blade, sworn to protect the relic and the realm. But even saints fall, and when Arion fell, the world burned behind him. The kingdom of Valemire had once been glorious. Its banners danced on golden hills. Its temples rang with hymns to the heavens. Its people believed they were safe. Then came the sundering, a night so dark, even the stars refused to shine. The beasts emerged from beneath the earth, creatures of horn and shadow, born from curses and ancient wrath. And at the heart of it, the relic he was sworn to guard. He was too late. The relic shattered. The temple collapsed. And Arion, crushed beneath guilt, vanished from history. For 10 long winters, he wandered. No home, no command, no flame in his heart. He settled in the wailing cliffs, where the sea screamed louder than memory. There, in silence, he buried his armor beneath the waves, kept only a broken half of his sword, cold, rusted, mute. He spoke to no one, not even himself. Until the knock came, a child, barely 13, dirt on her face, fire in her eyes. "My village," she said, "is dying. The beasts, they've returned. They say you were once a hero. I don't care. We need help." Behind her, farmers with pitchforks, mothers with torches, eyes full of fear, and one final spark of faith. He didn't answer, just looked at the blade beside him. That night, he dreamt of the battle, of the relic's glow turning to smoke, of screams, of fire, of his hand slipping from the hilt, and the world crumbling around him. He awoke before dawn. He didn't pray. He hadn't prayed in years, but he strapped on his tattered cloak, tied the broken blade to his back, and walked east, toward the village, toward his shame, toward whatever waited in the dark. The beasts had already come, the fields trampled and burning, homes ripped apart like parchment, the sky choked in black smoke, and standing atop a mound of ruin, a horned monster with eyes of crimson fire. "So, the saint crawls back from the grave. Look what you've become." Arion said nothing. He stepped forward, drew the shattered sword, its edge dull, its light long dead. The villagers hid behind what little remained. A child screamed, flames raged. Arion charged. Steel met claw, fire met flesh. Pain screamed through every joint in his body. The broken blade shook in his hands. Each blow cracked it deeper. But he did not stop. He fought like a man with nothing left to lose. Until finally, the sword snapped completely. He fell to his knees, blood in his mouth, monsters closing in. "I failed," he whispered. "I failed them all." But something stirred in the air. A sound, not thunder, not screams, a song, faint, ancient, like the voice of the wind through cathedral stones. And then, a glow, not from the sky, not from the sword, but from within, his chest, his soul, the piece that had never broken. The shards of the sword rose, floating around him, lit with flame, not of fire, but of purpose. They reformed, not as a weapon, but as a beacon. His eyes opened, no longer hollow, but alive. "The sword was never holy," he whispered. "The man must be." He stood, and with one blazing strike, he cut through shadow. The beasts roared, but this time they fled. Not from the sword, from the man who remembered who he was. When the ash settled, the village stood, ruined, but alive, wounded, but safe. And Arion? He did not wait for cheers. He did not speak. He simply placed the reformed blade in the village square and walked away. They asked years later where he went. Some say he vanished into the mountains. Others say he waits, watching for the next time the dark returns. But one thing is always said: even broken swords can still cut through darkness. We are all fractured, wounded by time, regret, failure, but it's in the breaking that we learn who we are. Not saints, not legends, but people who choose to rise again and again and again. So the question is not who you were. The question is, who will you be now?